Hello everybody, welcome back. Last time you were with us, our wobble like a jelly continued, including the Champions League final match, which we drew and meant that we finished second in the table. Plus, our form in the Premier League, it's gone out the door, basically. It's a new year. Let's hope for something different. Today, we have two games away from home at Old Trafford and at Molineux. First off is the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. But before all that, we have a Champions League last 16 draw. And you join me for the draw for the Champions League round of 16. And we'll get underway. Seeded teams: Paris Saint-Germain, Leipzig, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Napoli and Manchester City. These are all teams that finished top of their group. And then Bayer Leverkusen, Manchester United, Benfica, ourselves, Milan, Inter, Rennes and Juventus are the unseeded teams. So as we finish second in our group, we will have to play one of these biggies. Who's it going to be, though? Let's have a look. Get the draw underway. Bayer Leverkusen are first out. And they will play Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain, Bayer Leverkusen. Of course, the unseeded sides will be at home in the first leg. That's the other disadvantage. And second out, Manchester United will play RB Leipzig. Match 3. Benfica will play Real Madrid. We've been drawn out. We are going to play, are you ready? Barcelona. Well, you've got to be in it to win it, I guess, is the thing. Milan will play Bayern Munich. Inter will play Liverpool. Rennes will play Napoli, which means that Juventus will play Manchester City. You didn't see that go through, but I'm sure we can now get the full draw. Yep, there it is at the bottom there. So it's Bayer Leverkusen, Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester United and RB Leipzig. Benfica will play Real Madrid. Chelsea will play Barcelona. Milan will play Bayern Munich. Inter will play Liverpool. Rennes will play Napoli. And Juventus will play Manchester City. I'll hand you back to Future Mark and a look at how that affects the schedule and today's episode. Hello and welcome to episode 30 of Making Chelsea Stand Proud. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games away at Old Trafford to Manchester United in the Carabao Cup quarter-final, and then away at Molineux in the Premier League game that we must win, really, as you'll see up here. But just to recap, we have drawn Barcelona in the round of 16 in the Champions League. Games to be played in mid-February and mid-March. Home first because we finished second, so Barcelona have the seeding. So they will play their home game second. So we need to get a good result in the first leg if we can at home, and then away in March. But between now and then, we've got lots to play for. The other thing that need to tell you, about is we have drawn Millwall in the FA Cup third round. Millwall in the FA Cup third round. So that's coming up in a future episode. But today we have to concentrate on this, Manchester United and Wolves. But since you were last with us, we have played one game, and that game against Norwich City. It was a 2-1 win, 2-0 at half-time. Norwich getting a goal back through Ryan Christie after 63 minutes. A little bit of squeaky bum time. But as you'll see, we have changed formation. We've gone to a 4-3-1-2 formation. Barbosa and Havertz up front, Mount in the slot, and then Pulisic, Rice and Otavio. Pulisic and Rice playing wide. We have changed it a little bit for today. If we go to the tactics screen, we will do that in a minute, and I'll show you the formation that we're going with. But as I say, today, Manchester United, previously we haven't beaten them yet this series, a 0-0 draw in the Premier League at Old Trafford, a 3-3 draw at Stamford Bridge last season in the Premier League, and so far this season in the Premier League, we have lost to Manchester United 1-0 at Old Trafford, and that's when we were going well. So that doesn't bode too good, does it? I just realised on the wrong camera. I do apologise. So yeah, that's how we're going to do our other opponents today. Wolves, who are currently lying 19th in the Premier League. Previous two games, we drew 4-4 at Molineux last season, if I remember a right, topsy-turvy game. Jimenez after 16 minutes, Nathan Collins after 24. We were 2 behind, in fact 3 behind, with Moutinho scoring after 62 minutes. Yes, and then Kai Havertz got one back, made it 4-1. They made it 3-1. Then they made it 4-1. And then we continued our comeback. Kai Havertz getting the second after 79, Raheem Sterling after 79, and Barbosa getting the equaliser 2 minutes into injury time at the end of the game. So a right topsy-turvy game that was. So as it currently stands, 2 games played, 1-1, drawn 1, and 4 points. And they have 1 point if you look at it in a table sort of head-to-head situation. Right, I don't think there's anything more to tell you. I think it's high time that we got underway with the episode and that trip to Old Trafford for the EFL Cup quarterfinal. And what you have to remember is we are defending champions. And before we have a look at the team that will play Manchester United in the other games in this competition, 2 others being played today. The third game being played tomorrow, Newcastle and Northampton. Tomorrow, Northampton, who have had an absolutely standing competition so far. And they've done a right good job of beating sides as they come through. In fact, if we go back and have a look in a second, the other games being played, Cardiff and Arsenal, Manchester City versus Stoke. Manchester City got to be favourites for this competition. Northampton knocking out Sheffield United on penalties in the last round. In the round before that, in the third round, that is. Third round. Where are we? We've lost them. Northampton beat Fulham by 1-0. Fulham in the Premier League, of course. Second round, Northampton beat Cheltenham on penalties. So, as you can see, they've had a bit of a meteoric run through the competition this season. As I say, they doing a little bit of giant killing along the way, taking out Sheffield United from the Championship, Fulham from the Premier League. So they won't be frightened by their opponents today, Premier League Newcastle. So we'll see how that one goes. We'll come back to that. Right, in the meantime, let's have a look at the team that will face Manchester United for this one. Kepa continues in goal. Chilwell, Rice, Koulibaly and James are defensive line. Kante, Kovacic and Torreira in that midfield. As I said last time, we did play them with wide players. What we're going to do this time, we're going to play 3 in midfield with the the wing backs coming up field. Mount plays in between the midfield and our defensive two, Barbosa and Havertz. On the bench, we have Mendy, Azpilicueta, Hudson-Odoi, Abangamang, Garcia, Otavio, Broja, Fofana, and Jorginho. And this is the Carabao Cup, how it looks. Manchester United playing a 4-2-3-1. We're playing our new formation, 4-3-1-2. Fernandes with a free kick. Our first highlight, and it's a goal by Varane. Third goal of the season, and 2 minutes on the clock, and we're a goal behind from a set piece. And that man, Fernandes, doing the damage. 3 minutes on the clock. And we have a free kick, and we've equalised through Declan Rice, his third goal of the season. I was completely ablast there. What was happening? James with the free kick, and Rice scoring his third goal of the season. Gets us back level with 11 minutes on the clock. Chilwell to Rice. Kante finds Chilwell. Chilwell looking to get through. He has done so. And doing his wing-back role, Kante. Kovacic into space and has a shot. It's come off the post. That was almost too accurate. And free kick on the other side, Fernandes. We know what happened last time, and I'm not sure who got up for that this time, but luckily it was wide. Fernandes with the corner. And we've been beaten again. Stash this time beats us, and that's twice from dead ball situations. Going to berate the team. Need to firm up on our dead ball. Again, look at that. Stash on the near post, flicking it on. Free kick, Havertz with the free kick into the area. It's clear, but only as far as Havertz, who has a go, and it's just gone over the top. Throw in for Manchester United that far side. Fernandes loses out to Kovacic, and we are away. Mount finds Barbosa. Chilwell. Back to Barbosa. Barbosa in space for Havertz. He's hit the post. That's twice. We've hit the post. He was offside, though, I think. And half-time comes. We've been a little bit unlucky in that first half, hitting the woodwork twice. But 9 shots, 2 on target. Need to be hitting the target more. 0.73. Manchester United have had 12 shots, 6 on target, a 0.87. But we have had the bulk of the possession. Needs to be improving in the second half. You'll see we were in it for a little while. Then Manchester United have got back in it. We need to turn it around in the second. And our first highlight, Rashford on the ball. 52 minutes on the clock. Fernandes to Ronaldo. Out to Messia. And that's cut out. Mount comes forward with the ball. We have 3-on-2. Barbosa. Barbosa cross it for Havertz, and Havertz puts the equaliser in the back of the net. 12th goal of the season. 52 minutes on the clock. And we're back level, and that's the first time we've seen a real venomous attack coming from a defensive position. Barbosa putting that into space for Havertz, and all he had to do was bury it in the back of the net. And you come back. We've made 2 changes. Ben Chilwell is off, Azpilicueta coming on the left side for him. Hudson-Odoi comes on for Reece James in the right wing-back position. So they are the 2 changes that we're making at this juncture of time. 84 minutes on the clock. Manchester United with a free kick just inside our half. Ball forward to Anthony. And Statch. Mount making a tackle. He's got already on a yellow card. I had to be careful. Mount heads it down. Ericsson. Ball forward looking for Havertz. Didn't find him. That ball forward. Carabao cuts it out, but only as far as Sancho. Sancho over the top looking for Anthony. Cut back into the area. Kante. Mount finds Havertz. Havertz now has the ball. Can we get back in front here? Azpilicueta. Havertz, Kovacic, Kante, Hudson-Odoi. Oh, it's gone in. Goalkeeper got his hand to it. His first goal of the season. Hudson-Odoi puts it in front. 55 minutes on the clock. And we take the lead for the first time. Kante. Hudson-Odoi in that attacking wing-back position and puts it away past Henderson. Highlight from kickoff from Ronaldo to Anthony. Martinez pings that one forward. Anthony's into the area, crosses it in, and it's gone over the top. I think Azpilicueta saved that. I'm just going to do some opposition instructions as we've had players on. Right, Anthony needs marking for sure. And I would say Martinez, Ericsson as well. Maybe not. Maybe he does. Let's do the same as what we did for Fernandes. There are the two updates to the opposition instructions. It's gone out for a corner. Ericsson with the corner, swings it in. It's gone over the top. And you come back. We have made a couple more changes to finish off, hopefully finish off this game. We're dropping from attacking to a balanced mentality. And we have brought on, in the thing, Jorginho has come on from Mount and dropped back into a defensive midfielder position. We're also going to drop him back to a defensive role as well. And then we have brought on, in place of Havertz, who was tired, Bangimang up front alongside Barbosa. And finally, Otavio has come on in this central position. And he's come on in replace of Kante. A little bit of a change around in that midfield trio. And Manchester United have a throw-in. Stash. Kovacic heading it. So Azpilicueta heading it clear. Kovacic on the ball. Swings it out. Looking for Jorginho. Well, I think if it was going a bit further afield than that. But it didn't quite make it. And Anthony, in acres of space, crosses it in. Ooh. Who was that cleared that ball? It was Declan Rice managing to get something on it, but it's still dangerous. And we're defending for our lives, but not getting it clear. We need to be up the other end of the field. A Bangimang comes back and wins the ball and then immediately loses it. Azpilicueta, Rice, Hudson-Odoi, and only out as far as a Manchester United player. And Ronaldo gets his 5th of the season, equalising 2 minutes into injury time. Malaysia crosses that ball in, and Rice couldn't get there this time. And it's gone to penalties, as you will see. And a 3-3 draw. Are we going to get knocked out on penalties? That's the worrying part about it. Jorginho, Barbosa, and Jorginho are our penalty takers. And then we have Bangimang, Kovacic, Otavio, Torreira, Declan Rice, and then we get down to the nitty gritty, but we'll just put those in for now. And they are who we're going to do. Point a finger. Relax, pick your spot. Don't change your mind. Or do we say, this is your chance to be heroes? Make sure you have no regrets. Let's go for that one. And Jorginho is up first. Who's going to be hero? Who's going to be villain? Jorginho puts it away. We go 1 up. Ronaldo, the king of penalties, but he's had his saved. And Ronaldo, 1-0 on penalties. Barbosa puts it away, 2-0. Ericsson steps up. Can Azpilicueta save this one as well? No, he can't. 2-1 after 2. Bang-a-bang. He's put it away. 3-1. Silas for Manchester United. And he's put that into the roof of the net. 3-2 after 3. Kovacic is next up. Sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. And it's 4-3 after our 4th. They have 1. And if Kepa can save this, then we are through to the semi-finals. Sancho. And he has saved it. We are through to the semi-finals. And reigning champions, we continue our way through. 4-2 on penalties. 11 shots, 4 on target, 57% of possession, 1.31. They had 19 shots, 8 on target, 1.67 on the XG. It was a bit of a topsy-turvy game, but one that we did reasonably well. And Kepa doing extremely well in the penalties. What we're going to do is we will come back for, just have a look at our formation. We will come back for the draw, I think, for the semi-final before we look at the next game. Before the Wolves game, here is the draw for the Carabao Cup semi-final. As you will see, Newcastle did get past Northampton. Manchester City won and Arsenal won. So it's Manchester City, Arsenal, Newcastle and ourselves in this draw. The fans would prefer Arsenal. Manchester City, I guess, is the team that everybody wants to avoid, if at all possible. Let's see how the draw comes out. And just the 2 matches to be drawn. Newcastle are out first. And they will face ourselves, Chelsea. We have avoided Manchester City. It could be a Manchester City final. Manchester City will play Arsenal. Not quite sure why it does that, but there we go. Confirmation of the draw. Newcastle, Chelsea, Manchester City versus Arsenal. They are the semi-finals. And let's have a quick look. EFL Cup semi-final. Either side, look at that. Either side of the FA Cup 3rd round. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that. Obviously, we're going to play this game. I'm thinking it's going to be a two episodes in quick succession. Aston Villa and the first leg of the semi-final. And then it will be Millwall and the second leg of the semi-final. And then we'll probably have a bit of a run down. Obviously, Manchester City going to be a key game. Watford, Manchester City there possibly. And then our Barcelona games coming up as well. So we'll work that out in due course. But before we do anything else, here's the team that will face Wolves. And this is the team that will face Wolves in this second game of the episode in the Premier League. It's Mendy's back in goal in place of Kepa, even though Kepa had an absolutely fantastic game against Manchester United. Chilwell, Koulibaly, Fofana and James continue in defence. Well, I say continue, Koulibaly and Fofana. Koulibaly moving over, Fofana coming in alongside him. Rice moves into central midfield alongside Kovacic and Kante. Mount in between them and Barbosa and Havertz up front. Kepa, Garcia, Hudson-Odoi, Broja, Apliqueta, Torreira, Sterling, Chalobah and Otavia are all on the bench. And this is how the two sides line up. As you will see, they are playing a 4-3-3 formation with Matinho in that defensive midfield position. Jimenez is up front with Neto and Macias as the wide players. Andre Villas-Boas is the new manager at Wolves. We're playing in the formation that has won us the last two games, albeit last game on penalties, playing the 4-3-1-2 formation. Let's see if we can get a result against Wolves today. And we've been right the way through that first half. No highlights to be had. We've had 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.30, 57% of the possession. Wolves just have 1 shot, nothing on target, a 0.06. Let's hope for some highlights in the second half. And we have our first highlight of the match. Havertz was on the ball, lost it to a Wolves player, and not quite sure who that is. Number 21. He's just ambling along with Neto, not tackling him, not doing anything. Neto gets across in here, and it's hit the side netting. And we have made 3 changes as you come back. Hudson-Odoi is on for Reece James. Azpilicueta has come on for Ben Chilwell, who we saw rambling along in that only highlight of the game so far. And Torreira is on in midfield for Declan Rice. All of the 3 of them are reasonably tired. So we've made those switches for now. And you come back for our final changes, and we've had a little bit of a change around. Broja is on for Havertz up front, not finding a way through today. And we've also brought on, he says, he tries to remember who else we've brought on. We brought Otavio on for Declan Rice. No, Declan Rice was already on. Mason Mount. Otavio on for Mason Mount. And we have a highlight, but it's with Wolves. And so they're not going to score. Hudson-Odoi getting that one away, but only as far as Otto. And Wolves still have the attack. And cut out by Hudson-Odoi again. Doing a good bit of defensive work there. Neto in the area. Azpilicueta heads it back to Neto. Tries to get this ball away. And they're still on the ball. And it's over the top. Goal kick. And it's ended a ball draw, 0-0. Our form in the league is still very awry, and the new formation doesn't seem to be doing the job either. Mendy having a good game in goal. Wesley Fofana having a reasonably go. 9 shots, 4 on target, nearly 50%, 1.44. We should have scored. They had 6 shots, 2 on target, 0.35, and we have 56% of the possession. It's not been a fantastic day at the office, but we haven't lost. I suppose that's the way to look at it. Let's have a look and see how that leaves us in the table. Well, against a side in the relegation zone, we needed to win that one, and we haven't. And that draw will only compound things a little bit more as it stands. 32 points in 5th place. We do have a game in hand over the teams immediately in front of us, but having said that, we can't pass Tottenham now because of today's result. Tottenham beating Brentford by 2-1. Liverpool beating Watford by 9-0. Look at that result. Manchester City beating Leeds United 2-0. Yeah, we really need to turn this around and quick. Even if we were to get the next 3 points, we could overtake Arsenal, but we can't overtake Tottenham at this juncture in time. So we need to keep chugging away, and that loss to Tottenham is hurting us even more as it currently stands. So that's how the episode ends. We have games against Southampton and Watford offline. We're going to come back for I want to see the Liverpool. I really want to sort of see the Liverpool game. Bearing in mind we lost to them quite handsomely last time. I think probably what we're going to do is we're going to Southampton, Watford offline. We'll come back for Liverpool and Newcastle at the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg in the next episode. And we'll do Aston Villa offline between those two, and then we'll come back in the following episode for Millwall in the FA Cup third round and Newcastle in the Cup semi-final. And of course, we'll be then heading down to the transfer window deadline, which will come around about here. Watford and Manchester City, I think, will be how we will pan that one out. Middlesbrough, Brentford and Brighton in between. Come back for Watford at the close of the transfer window and Manchester City, as I say. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, then don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That'll keep you up to date with all future episodes of this and any new series as we release them. New episodes of Making Chelsea Stand Proud are currently released every Tuesday and Friday, and we are back to normal on Friday this week at 4:15 p.m. And if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and more, you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 31. It's out on Friday. One thing I didn't do was wish you all a happy new year as well. So, happy new year.